Hey guys, this is Mrs. Rush here. Today we're going to learn about evaluating expressions. So it will be a little similar to what we did last week. Again, if you remember last week, we learned how to write expressions. So now we're going to learn about evaluating expressions. So let's go through first some vocabulary words together that we're going to need to know for this lesson. The first word I mentioned last week when you were writing expressions, but it's this word right here, variable. So remember I told you a variable is pretty much like a letter in math, like a letter of the alphabet, but we can also have it be a symbol. So we're going to say a variable is a symbol used to represent an unknown number. So an example of a variable could be any letter in the alphabet. It could be A, C, J. It can also be a little symbol like a smiley face or a heart. Okay, but usually it's going to be a letter. Okay, a variable is usually a letter in the alphabet. Okay, that's going to represent some number we don't know yet. The next thing that we're going to talk about is what a coefficient is. Okay, the word coefficient. So coefficient is the number being multiplied by a variable. So it's a number that's always with the letter, and it's always written in front of the letter. So if we had the example 8m, 8m, the m is the variable that we just talked about up here, the letter. The 8 would be the coefficient, the number in front. So let me highlight that for you guys. Oh, that's a little, hold on one sec, sorry. Let's do this. There we go. So if you see, I highlighted just the 8 because the 8 is the coefficient. It's the number connected to the letter or connected to the variable, and it's written in front. I kind of think about it too like coefficient, like a co-pilot. The co-pilot flies with the pilot. The coefficient has to be with the letter, with the variable. All right, great. All right, next word looks a little similar. It's another word that starts with C, but this is called a constant. Okay, so now this is going to be a term without a variable. So it's a number all alone by itself. Okay, so if I had the expression 7p plus 10, the constant would be the 10 because it's all alone. It's all by itself. So let me do this for you guys. Okay, so the constant would be just the 10 because it's all alone. All right, great. Now let's talk about algebraic expressions. Okay, so remember algebraic expressions have three pieces to them. They have numbers, they have variables, which we learned about are those letters, and they have operations in it. Operations are adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. Okay, now let's look at some examples. So remember, we need a number, so I'll do 6. We need an operation, so I'll do a plus, and then we need some kind of letter in there, which is the variable. So I'll do R for Mrs. Rush. So that's an example of an algebraic expression, 6 plus R. Great. One more thing that I want to show you. Let me move this up here a little bit. Okay, so multiplication, guys, we're going to learn is actually what they call the hidden operation. You're probably used to seeing multiplication written like this. We'll do 12 times 7, using that little x for times. But now there's going to be another way, other ways that we can show multiplication. I've also showed you guys this way, 12, and then let me just show you up here. Do that little dot before that we can add, like this right here. This is another way to do 12 times 7 with the dot, but there's going to be a new way. If we're multiplying 12 by just a number that we don't know yet, we can use B to represent it as a letter. So 12b, we don't even have to put a little symbol in there anymore. It's hidden. So 12 and b next to each other, that means 12 times b. Okay? So my recording, as you can see on the side, is going to end in 17 seconds. So I will make a second one where I'll show you on the back how we're going to learn how to evaluate expressions. Okay? So far we did all the vocabulary, and now we'll learn about evaluating. Thanks so much, guys.